Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are picking up the series on the 5th of July 1984. And what I want to do in this video is fix a few growing problems, try and push forward the rail tracks, also hopefully get in a little bit of long-term planning, because I'm starting to lose a little bit of momentum with respect to construction. And of course the other thing I am getting is this persistent number of over 21. So you can see we've now got to 52,500 population. But before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys have pointed out some very relevant facts. Somebody pointed out the fact that I had not increased this to 90%. And there is something I want to show you about fields. We're just going to stay with the comments for the moment. Somebody also pointed out that over here my wood cutting wasn't particularly that efficient because I put in 2 bus stations, plus these wood cutting offices are actually overlapping. I think this is one of the hazards if you want to kind of make sure that you've got plenty of logs flowing into the system. I think this is one of the issues you've got to accept if you're going to want to get. I think this is one of the issues that you've got to accept, that these will overlap because you've got the shortness of the factory connections. I mean, I could put in a fork truck and send them out further, but I don't really feel that is particularly that good. And of course somebody pointed out that I put 2 bus stations in here because I kind of curved that round, and the actual solution is over here based on their suggestion. I've actually built a pedestrian walk footpath over the top now. Now I do have an issue in the fact that at the moment I can't connect this up. So, and in fact that's not being built, is it? Because it can't reach it. Okay, what we're going to do, I keep forgetting that it's always a bit. Also, we've got a building on fire. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem. I think we'll just kind of connect that in to try and speed the process up. Let's see where we got the fire. Who's on fire? Okay, this might be an issue. Right, here comes the fire crew. I'm deliberately keeping the speed on normal because the size of the economy now is such that things are starting to run away a little bit. Now, while we're over here, I just want to show you something that I was looking at just before I started the recording. If I show you the size of a standard flat field, you can see it's 4.81 hectares. And I was looking at this area here because this is my farm where all the fields are on uneven platforms, and things like this field here. You can see it's only kind of growing there, but it's saying the field size is still 4.1 hectares. Now, if I show you, I think is it this one? See, this one's down to 4.78, and this one's 4.63. So, but some of the ones I was expecting to be, like, say this one, it's got a corner cut out, but it still says it's 4.81. And if I show you a bit more of an extreme version here, over here, this is my one here. Now I know these have been cut out. You can see this one's 4.23 and this one is 2.83. But you can see this one here's got a big chunk out of it, but it's still showing 4.81. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that is going to work out. Now, one thing I have got is over here is a power problem with this. I've actually got to turn off all the workers in here for the moment because I've realized I've made a mistake in this area. I don't think this is actually quite. I think what I am going to do is actually just pause for the moment. No, I don't need to pause, do I? And I'm going to, what I'm going to do is break the power lines, say about here, and we're going to put in a switch like this. Now I'm always a bit nervous about doing this simply because the problem is always whether you can build the new power lines. And then the reason I'm building this up is because this doesn't have power. I must admit my power supply in this area is pretty good. The other thing I've also done here is I've put in I think this is a school. My education is having a problem at the moment as well. I put in quite a big school here as well. And what we're going to do is, I think it's, we got those connected there. And what I'd like to do is don't do that. And what we're probably going to have to do is, I think I can get away with that. And then we're going to put into here. And then just connect you up to there. And hopefully we're going to get the missing ones built here. Now somebody did make a suggestion with this kind of fairly problematic heating plant. They said actually just remove the workers, and I think I'm going to do that. We may get a consequence, but we got plenty of population. You can see the population is what, 52,700. So the population is starting to run away a bit, but I'm not convinced that this heating is going to be able to really hack it. So I am kind of thinking, I really feel that I need to fix the heating in here, but I'm going to come back to that. Now, if any of you watched the previous video, you must be aware that I was planning up here, and I kind of confused myself because I was trying to put in coal ore processing plants here. I think I put in that conveyor, and I confused myself a little bit because, oh, it's actually doing it now. What I want to do, I'm just going to put a couple in here. I thought I'd found the reason for this, why it wouldn't let me do this in the last video, but or maybe it's actually fixed itself. Let me just get these in first. And what I want is to have 2 of these across here. Like, I wouldn't mind 3 actually. I think 3 should produce more than enough coal for what I want. We're just going to just tilt that a little. I need to leave enough space there for. I'll put this in here. I think put a 3rd one up, something like that, because we can always put another one up there should I need it. And we'll just put a 3rd coal processing plant up here as well. And I thought the problem was in here, because it says here some vehicles are without fuel. If you click on these, these guys have got no fuel. But what I've actually done is I put brought more fuel up here. I'm also bringing bitumen up here. We've got the fuel tank here. Now back to the helicopter landing pad here. I've made a bit of a mistake here in the fact that I thought you could buy the helicopters here, but what we got to do is put in a helipad. What I'm going to do is put a helipad in over here in order to be able to buy the helicopters. And here, hopefully that will get picked up by the various where we got here, Graviton bridge crew. Oh no, they're all kind of jumping in on there anyway. Oops, nope. Ha. Graviton road crew. Yeah, just close that off. Let them find it themselves. Yeah, they're all jumping in on that now. So I need to build this. It shouldn't take long to build it because it doesn't need that much resources. I mean, I'm really made up with these guys, and these guys are very efficient as well. That's being built. What I've done is I've run the power out to here. Now I've got a bit of an idea for over here, because what I want to do is build quite a major town here. In fact, what I will do is got a rail track there. This is close enough to here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put a road out up here. I'm going to turn the wireframe on. Now, while I'm doing this, I will talk about one thing that is becoming a bit of a cause of concern for me. Whoops, wait. Now, that is the fact that I am aware that I am starting to. how can you say, run out of time on this series. I'm planning things that, I'll be completely honest, I may not ever build, because I do really want to start a new series when the update drops into the stable branch, simply because I want to play with the weather on, because I want to explore a bit more path. So what we're going to build in here is another new town, quite a large town here, and then that will work with this area here. I mean, I will come back to planning that, and this kind of makes this area a little bit redundant, but what I've been thinking, and I want to try this out just as a test, and if we can come into, where is it, sorry, runway. And another bit of a tip here, if you're doing a lot of large leveling, using the runway is quite a good way of kind of flattening out quite large areas. But what I want to do is just see how big a runway I can build through here. In fact, let's just maybe move it a little bit. Oops. This way. Because what I'm thinking is possible aircraft production in this area. Although this isn't exactly going particularly that quickly. I think that would be long enough. The question is whether I could put in a... Is it? I don't remember where the air production line. I was thinking if we can get an air production factory in here next to an airfield, then this would be where I could build my aircraft and helicopters. And the reasoning behind that is that the aluminium plant is up here, and that kind of brings me to what I want to do with the rail tracks. You can see the rail tracks are coming out here, and I need to do a back curve to here and here. I'm increasingly looking at this connection here and thinking, do I really need it? Because I've pushed this line through over this way, and because I've got two tunnels here which are going to take a long time to build, I think this bit of track here is redundant. I think if I take it out, it's going to make building the track a little bit easier, for a reason I'll explain once I've removed these bits here. And we've got a bit of a mess here as well, so we've got to tidy this up a little bit. Take that through to there. Just take you out there. And because I've now broken this link here, what I'm hoping is that I can put in there like that. Means I can remove these signals for the moment, because I don't need that built in there. And what that means is that this section can now have mixed signals on as well. Of course, eventually this will be signaled up properly, and what that should do is avoid any collisions in this area, and I should be able to speed the process up. And of course, once this is built, the idea is that I can use this to curve back to lay into this and this, and hopefully by then the guy building these bridges out to here would have connected to here. Now, the other thing I've also done is, if you've watched the previous video, I said I was going to decommission these areas, which I've done. But what I've actually done is a vehicle office here somewhere. I've moved all the cutting equipment down to here. So in theory, when these come online, like this guy here, though he's got no power at the moment because we've still got to build in these, kind of a little bit worried about. I think what we might do is try our helicopter guys on this, see if they will go in and build those little sections, because it'd be really good to know if they will do that. We can just put that in and that in there, and that there. Got a power line around the back here as well. We'll just give them these guys that. And we've got, this is a school I put in because my education is not doing particularly that well, to be honest. Let me just check I mean, the food supply here is going quite well. And what I will do is we'll just, where's that? Not Miracle Office. Where are you hiding? There you are. And I'm just gonna send you there. And we can probably buy one as well. Let me just see. I've actually lost the nice cutting one. That's 12 tons. I think we'll pop you in there as well, like that. Right, we've now got these guys working. Once this is built, so what I need to do now is you need to take you off here, here, and here. You only need 5 people. So because I've cleared a bit of space over here, not that one, this one, what I should be able to do now is buy a, really want a minibus, don't I? Bus. I mean, it's a very short distance, thank you game. I think we can just drop you in there. And I'm just going to put a direct route in. I don't think I really need the... So you can pick up there. Oops. And you can unload there. What are we doing over here? This is filling in quite nicely. Don't really need workers here because we got... Why have you got no power supply in here? Oh no, we... Okay. Wow. Oh, that finished that quick, and that was actually done with a crane. Of course, this isn't finished yet either, so we can't... I can send the workers here directly, but I can't see the point, to be honest. I want to check, yeah, wood. And well, I think these ones have been built over here as well. You need to be boards. Get you to 100% boards. Across there. Yeah, so because I built this kind of relief path here, we've now kind of pushed out a little bit this way. Hopefully we'll get this built. Actually, this needs prefabs. That'd be interesting. Let me just see. Just go back over it. Wow. That's quite a high rise there. We've got this being built here. The fire station's being built. We got power here now. We got power to the gas station. I'm kind of half tempted just to have a small truck coming from the border delivering fuel to this single gas station for the moment. And that reminds me of something else I need to check, because well, if I fly all the way to Petrograd, what I had over here was the fact that my oil refinery was clogging up and not producing fuel because the bitumen tank filled up over here. You can see it's still filled up, and I think this is one of the problems if you're not consuming large quantities of bitumen. And so what I did is I restructured my fuel a little bit to get more fuel. So what I've got now is I've changed these distribution offices. I won't go into great detail. And what I've got now is I've got one distribution office keep bringing the fuel out to here, and then there's some more trucks doing the really long distance out to here. And if I show you here, I've also got trucks bringing bitumen out to here, because if we're going to build all this area here, what I'm going to need to do is have possibly another asphalt and concrete plant out here. But what I really need to do is make these connections here as well. So there's just so many things going on. I think this bridge is nearly complete. So probably in the next part, we're going to start looking at planning if we can get the road out here so that we can get to the iron mines, which are somewhere in this area, about up here, I think. So yeah, there's a few iron mines here, so we'll be able to put the iron mines in there. Because what I'll do is I'll just kind of skate back a little bit this way. What we're going to need to do is have a big open store here, aren't we? Could be fun putting this in. Large aggregate store. I think. Now I could ask the question: do I need a rail yard going out of here? To be honest, I'm not quite so sure, because the most I'm going to do is supply heating to Reading in the form of coal. We could do that with trucks. So I could kind of put the... I don't want to cramp in this way, so... and we're going to be using a lot of conveyors. So I'm just wondering whether... I think... see if we can get a road system into here, because we're going to have 1, 2, 3 deliveries, so we're going to need a bus route up here as well. We're going to need like a small bus platform. We need to put it somewhere where it will effectively be able to supply workers to all 3 of these areas. So say for argument's sake that goes in about there. They connect up on curve. Oops, nope. A view down into there. I think this is a coal processing. We can kind of take gravel out to there. Get that connected. We'll just accept them. And then we may need a decent road out this way, so I think rather than... so what we'll do is we'll run a kind of road out like this across the front of these buildings. Like curve that round a little bit. Like that. And then I'll just hook that into there. And I'm just going to put the roads in. I know it's not efficient, but we can put that one in there. Let's take this one out. And then we'll just accept those roads there. And then I think if we put in the large aggregate store, they just south of the... it's going to be a bit of a problem with that. I think maybe if I put it about there... I mean, I could do 2, but I think maybe if we just put the large aggregate store in, say, about there, I can then... I'm going to put this road in. I think what we'll do is we'll kind of bring the road down like that. This splits into 2 decent chunks. And what I'm going to have to do is now kind of get conveyors into here. It'll be a little bit... actually, just had a thought. Let me think. Take this out. Take this out here. I know I've probably just confused the construction crews. Mod conveyors. I want the one with the road crossing. This is a roadside conveyor. Where's the one that will... you need to find the conveyor that will... conveyor road crossing, that's what I'm looking for. If we drop that into, say, about there... actually, is it that way round? It's on the wrong side. I think that will work, but it's going to be a little bit of a problem with that road. So we're going to have to put the road in here. We're just going to put a little bit of road like that. And then come... How is it? Road and rail. This is just a straight road crossing. That's no good. And what I want is that kind of coming in there. And I've actually put the aggregate store back to front, around the wrong way. Oh well, that's the way it goes. And if we just put that there, and then if I hook up you can go to there, and hopefully we'll be able to get conveyor link there to there, like that, and knock this down because it's the wrong way round. And then we're just going to, it's meant to be this way round. Yep. And we'll just angle that a little bit so it's facing kind of roughly in the right direction. Nope. It's probably not going to connect now because it's probably too far or something. You can building in the way. Fire extinguished again. I mean, we don't have to be too cramped, do we? Let me just come in here. I think maybe if we kind of come here a little bit like that. And then we'll drop that road in, so bring the road from here there. I'm going to leave that road in, sorry, but we're going to accept that road there. It's kind of, it's in like multiple little pieces anyway. So we got this conveyor that feeds into that conveyor, and then what we're going to need is another conveyor that will ideally kind of, and then so what we'd have to do is put a conveyor there and then another. Oh wow, that'd be brilliant if I could do that. Just press control because I don't want that hooked up for the moment. Just confirm that these conveyors will hook from. Well, see, sometimes if you go the other way, it actually. And then what we'll have to do is put a footpath in there. So that gives me the control in this direction. I'm aware that the game is kind of getting away from me, so I don't want to spend... Why are you not being built? I think you are being built, it's just taking a little while. How are we doing over here? This is being built. My helicopter crews are getting in there really nicely. We've now got... There, we don't have power yet, and we can send fuel to them. Now, where's my? Can't remember where my fuel. Where's my? So many distribution offices here. You got a small distribution office here. So what we could do is add you to there. And just this, I don't have that much fuel in this area, so what I need to do is not kind of send all my fuel to there, otherwise it will starve the fuel from this area. And I suppose I better now, and I suppose what I better do now is look at the area where I've been kind of skiting around a little bit and avoiding, as some of you may have noticed, that this says that I've got an estimated drain of 55%. For consider if buildings are connected to multiple heat exchangers. This is total capacity of all connected buildings, 122%. So really, I've got to leave this for the winter, which is going to give me power problems. I really need to fix this heating problem. And I'm kind of trying to think of what would be... I know it's going to be a bit of a fudge fix. Because I think what I could do is get a small heating plant in from here. Because I don't want to get this town... Because I don't want Reading to get much bigger than it already is. I mean, we could... If I could kind of get some level ground up here. If there's any... Be some clues gained to... And we've got a little bit of patch of land here. Which should be far enough away. So if we, say for argument's sake, put in a... Oh, apologies if you're hearing a buzzing sound in the background from time to time. It's not anything going on in the room. It's nothing wrong with the video. It's actually I'm having to endure the usual customary disruption caused by roadworks. Put it up here, but it's going to be a bit kind of icky because it's in somewhere and nowhere. When I could put it... Oh, well, shut up, matey. God knows what he's doing. I think what they're doing is have any of you seen repairing roads? They cut slots to lift up areas when they're patching something. And I think that's what they're doing at the moment, is they're kind of patching an area. I think what we could do is put it down here. I mean, that's within range of a... Yeah, because technically we'd have coal supply up there in the long term. So say for argument's sake I put it... we leave it in range of that power supply. So say I put a small... I'm a bit worried about the distance, but maybe we can do this. And we'll just hook up a road. Actually, might be a bit optimistic, isn't it? We'd have to put a... Yeah, we can do it that way. We'll just put that into there. We'll put for argument's sake, a bus station or a bus drop-off position here. Push it out a little bit further that way, and then I'll just kind of curve that into there like that. And then I could put a small aggregate is about saying that would be on the wrong side, and it's on the difference in height will give me a problem. Have to kind of, if I did it something like that, and then I'd have to run the road round behind the... Oops. And we can just run that onto that junction there. And then now comes the fun bit, because we're going to have to run a pipe up to here. And this is a small heating plant, which means... Okay, we're only going to... What are we going to get from here? How much hot water we're going to get? What I need to do now is I'll put a heat exchanger. Can't build due to infrastructure. Did I get that? I mean, ideally I would like to put it in about here. We'd have to... it would be great if I could put it there, actually. And oops, just you. And then we'll just put in a little bit of a gravel road there. And I think we're going to do a single pipe connection on this side as well. So we're trying to pick up a large heating pipe here, and hopefully we're going to be able to run all the way up to there. It's got to go. Oops, it's going to be messy, but where I get within. Oops, nope. Ah. So I get within an ace of getting this connected, and it'll tell me connected. I think it has. So what we'll do is we'll get a heating pipe up from here to here. The problem's going to be is where I'm going to get the coal from. It's going to take a little while, so we're going to have to put in. Thank you, game. So what we're going to have to do is endure this for another winter while we build this, and hopefully that will supply enough. Hopefully when this is finished, this will supply enough to get this operational. Got that there. Let me just come over. Right, we've now got this built, and we should be able to buy a passenger helicopter. I just want to see whether you're not finished yet, so we don't need to do anything just here. This needs fire trucks. Yes, thank you, game. We got any problems? I've been quite happily ignoring traffic jam. Oh, I've had this a couple of times. What actually happens is, because I'm not drawing that much from this gravel plant here. Wow, we've got no trees here either. That means this guy's probably out of logs, but this that's a problem. It's not the total end of the world, because I'm not drawing, my construction offices aren't drawing large amounts from here, so we'll just have to fill this area in. Yeah, I mean, what it's going to do is actually cost me some money for things, and we're going to get, I need to fill this in as well. I am thinking about having some log creation down in this area. See, what's the chemical output here? Let me see. I mean, they're getting plenty of resources coming in. Stop production, yes. Stop telling me that, game. We're just going to close that for the moment. The other thing I want to do is, we're on the 15th of August at the moment. Oh, so we got through another summer session. What we should now have is some crops starting to come into here. Oh, looks like my train's on the move. And what that means is I should now be getting my first proper deliveries into here. Yeah. So we should now be really starting to produce the livestock into here. It should then echo into here. And still got no meat. Okay. I suppose it's... Yeah, I mean, this slaughterhouse is obviously running ahead of whatever these guys can produce, but I'm not worried about that. I mean, if we get a steady flow going through, it will be a step in the right direction. And these guys will... He's still got 94 tons in there. I mean, I'm not expecting this area here to extensively supply the whole of my environment. This is just really to feed this immediate area here. So that's looking good. Let's have a quick look, shifters at the economy. So how are we doing for exports? We're on the 16th of August, so what do we export? Yeah, you can see I've actually had to start dumping fuel and bitumen on the external market. We got there, we're getting some plastics exported as well, some mechanical components. Alcohol's still making a reasonable concentration. See, the boards disappeared because of their... Why are we exporting wood? That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure why I'd be exporting wood and who is exporting wood. You can see we're making 1.2 million. Last month we made 396,000. So I think things are looking good. I'm a bit confused about the log situation, but up here, and let me just kind of skate round. So again, lots and lots of nice crops starting to flow into here. Is going to move down to here. We've got the crops coming in up here, and I think it's time to do the train check. I mean, this rail construction office is working at really great range now. This guy is slowly edging his way into here. Oh. Okay, it looks like I've got an issue here. Where are you guys coming from? Can I don't think this has got any factory connections. Yes, you have. Too long. Will that connect? Although I don't really need that. I think what I might need to do is find out who's delivering here from where. Where are you? Wait, what are you doing delivering? What are these guys delivering to there? You're meant to be... You're not meant to be delivering there. You're meant to be unloading at... What are you doing there? What happened there then? You're meant to be unloading there. Winchester's crop silo. Why is this called Winchester? I spelt that wrong. Just rename that. Winchester crop unload. Not exactly too sure how you guys managed to get onto that. Yeah. Still spelt it wrong. And that should get these trucks off here. Where are you coming from? Yeah, I mean, these guys should be okay. Yeah, eventually these guys will get themselves sorted out. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what was causing that. I don't know how. Because you're on that one. You guys should have always been... Oh, I know why. Yeah, in the end of the last summer, I'd filled this silo up. You can see this silo is nearly full. So I've got to... We're in the 21st of August and... Don't know whether I cannot assign any more buildings. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to kind of manually do this at the moment till I can get it sorted out. What we're going to have to do is dump these crops into here. And I think this guy is... Yeah, we're going to lose crops. I'm obviously not shipping out enough food, but that will change once the railway lines are connected. Because once we got the connection through to here. Oh, look at this. Great, these guys are broken through. That's what I want to see. Get this built through to here. This line's got no crossover on it. It's a bit of a fail there. I need to fix that. You, because I certainly don't want any crops in here. Certainly don't want chemicals. We're certainly not going to be bringing fabric up to here. We're certainly not going to be bringing alcohol. We want food. Certainly not going to be bringing plastics, but we will be needing food, clothes, electronics, and mechanical components here. Okay. Why are you guys dropping off? What are you doing? Just a food distribution. Why are you picking up there? You should be picking up there. Oh, I've got a few problems here, haven't I? Just pick that out. You shouldn't. I know there's plenty of slots here, but you shouldn't be picking up crops. You should be picking up from here. Okay, let's just get this quite well. Yeah, wow, we got a lot of crops coming in there. Starting to get everything going on an industrial scale now, aren't I? Okay, let's just get back over here. Is my train going back for another load? I'm starting to think that what I should do is I'd put a few more wagons on this, but then he would have just sat waiting for something to happen. Let me just get over to here. I want to yeah. What are you building out here? You're coming in that way. We can get this built, and then push out here. We can bring the workforce down to here by train. Then that will get the oil refinery going even faster. What are we doing? We've got 1,336. I don't really want to put more workforce out here, but I think we may have no choice. I mean, we've got a little bit of capacity, but it's not that much. We could probably put a couple of hundred people out here. Yeah, let's just do it. Because we're only going to lose them otherwise. Okay, we're going to use the usual routine of finding the over 21s. There's no over 21s in here. Petrograd really grows. No, Petrograd's not growing. Where's all the over 21s in? There's probably a big pile in here. Yeah, well, there's loads in here. And pick out some more from here and here. That means there's probably pretty big surplus here and here, and still no surplus in Winchester though. And we'll just come out and we'll just dump lots and lots of people into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're not going to get that many in here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 130 out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How's that dropping the population down? Looking over 1,000. I just don't really want to add more population into here. Do we actually have a university? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a university. Wow. Got the university waiting for professors. What I've been half thinking about is actually possibly going for putting everybody into advanced education to try and keep them busy. So I think what we'll do is what have you got here? You've got 300. You've got, I mean, help. It's a little bit. Why is that so small? 100. I think we'll just shove on another university on this side to keep everybody kind of busy. Yeah. Well, wood. Yeah. But we got this here. Still got no power supply, but I think what we can do is set the bus route up. We're going to need about 60 odd people out here, so we can actually set up a proper bus route here. You're going to need to pick up from here and deliver to there. Reading heating logs like that. What we'll have to do is come over to, we're going to need to punch about 60 people in, so if I get two buses that are, right, we've got 11 million. By that's 83, 85, 57. We get a couple of these. I mean, they're not that fast, but they haven't got that far to go, so we'll just save that. What you're going to do, I can't remember which one's which now. We're going to enable line spacing. I'm running which one is which. Your Reading bus stop. For some reason, Reading bus stop is, and you're going to be Reading platform 3. And then what we'll do is you to you. I'm aware that we are pushing through here. Change your name to Reading heating log stop. Oops, can't spell. And what that will do is get workers out here. I've definitely set that. And have you got, why have you got no power supply here? We have a, okay, we've got that little gap there. They don't want to build it. I'll get the helicopter crew on it and see if they will build it. If they can't, we'll just have to kind of auto build it. This is a part thing. It may not actually get into there. So we'll just see if that will actually go. And I'm aware time is pushing on, so we're just going to have a quick run round and check my train constructions. So what are you building? You're nearly finished that. You're working on this bridge down here. This guy's working on that bridge there. Let's just check this office. Boards. Oh, we're out of boards. Why are we out of boards? You guys run out of boards? No. It's getting a little bit sparse. Loads of boards here. Where are you getting your boards from? Why are you... Actually, why do you need boards? You don't need boards. Yeah, you're trying to confuse me here, guys, aren't you? You're there. You're working on there. And you're on the other bit of the tunnel there. So this guy's actually finished his work. And what we need to do is allocate you to get into there. Yeah, missed that one. And we can need to build that in there. This is settled down a bit now. Kind of guys are getting... Oh, you're filling up quite quickly. I think I've got no real choice. What we'll do is we'll put you onto this one and get you to fill this one up as well. At this rate, I'm going to need another warehouse. I mean, we got 4,500 crops in there. Okay, back to checking my rail track offices. I think this is a good example of how the game can get away from you if you're not kind of paying attention. Wow. Okay, you're going through the the mountain. You're building that bridge there, and you're working on that. That means that this guy has finished he's probably not really finished off what he's meant to be doing. No, he's done this usual thing where he's gone down here. We need to get him to finish off and build through there. The roadworks is getting louder and louder, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is play on into probably the middle of winter, say beginning of December, so that in the next video I can start trying to do a bit more planning, try and get a bit more momentum going. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.